Hello guys, sorry there was a communication connection issue. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. So, um, just a second. So, if I want to move my changes from, let's say, production system to from development system to production system, or from one environment to another environment, we will see both on our Eclipse UI as well as web UI how to do that. Okay. Just a second, let me get those presenting access. Bharat, can you make me presenter, please? Yeah, thank you. So message your URL, web URL. Okay. Deployment artifacts. Okay, deployed artifacts. Any of the one which you have developed, open that. Okay, select the one which you want to move. Let's say we had the training dot training.demo.goip. Let's say this one. I don't want to move this artifact from one system, one environment to another environment. Okay. So what I will do, I will click on this training.demo.goip and I will click on the download option. Okay. There is an option called download here. Just click on this. It will ask me for a location where should I download this. So let's say on the uh, desktop. Okay. So you'll see there would be one file called training.demo.goip.jar. Okay. From here, what I can do again, I will go to this environment. I will change the workspace. Let's say other. Let's one more thing I have to show you how to change the different uh, workspace. So I've just what I did, I clicked on the switch workspace. I clicked on other, okay, and I have given new workspace name. Okay. I clicked on OK. See, my Eclipse would be loaded again. It should be loaded again, and I can give yes. And I can configure another tenant also in my Eclipse. Okay, so simultaneously in Eclipse I can have multiple tenant configured. So one tenant I have different workspace, for other tenant I have different workspace, and I can switch between those workspace anytime. See, this is my another workspace, and the attached URL or attached uh, tenant is 0 P0 to 89, and the one which we are using from the start is P0341. So both are different, and both are different production system or different development system. But I can switch between the two. I will go here. I will click here, switch workspace, and open that. Okay. So let's say if you one tenant is for your production and one tenant is for your development. So you can switch between the two tenants from here itself directly. Okay. So now if I have downloaded that project on my local, now I have to import that. So how to import that? Go to file, click on import, go to the SAP Cloud Platform Integration, Content Archive, click on next, click on local system from where you have to pick up that file, give the path of the place where it has been saved, click on finish, and you will see the file has been imported here. See, this is the one, training.demo.goip, and all the features and all the packages are also imported. The sub package. So this is how you move your changes from one environment to another environment. Any question? It is only for Eclipse, okay? Means this document gives you all these details, same details. Any queries? Hello guys, you're there?
No, sir. No, sir. We are good.
Okay. So this is how you do in your web UI. Okay. Eclipse UI. Let's go to your web UI and see if you have created some scenario in your web UI. Then how do you transport those things? Okay. So let's go to that package, whichever no, not this one. This is very slow system. That's why I don't like this web UI. Where are my packages? One second. This is the one. Let's see this package. Oh, shit. Where is my? Anyway, I will take any of the interfaces from already existing. Let's see if there are some artifacts created or not. Yes. So let's see. This is the one. So in the right hand side for each iFlow, there is an option called download. So click on that download. Click on the download of that iFlow which you want to move from one system to another system. It will automatically download a zip file. Okay. It won't download the jar file as we were doing in the Eclipse. Okay. It will download a zip file. Okay. Move to the next system, whichever system you want to move the changes to. Go to the uh, design screen. One second. Okay. So here you can either download the full transport, full package, okay, or you can click on this package and you can import that uh, iFlow itself. So see, I've clicked on the package, open the package. I will click on edit, add again your integration flow from the upload portion. Here it's create, click on upload, click on browse. No, it was downloaded with the desktop. So you have demo underscore OData. You can change the name if you want. Again, I will say demo OData. I will keep all these things as it is and I will click on OK. Okay. See, and that interface has been created. Okay, which was the one? Demo OData. See, this is the demo OData which I have just now moved from my one environment to another environment. You can click it here, then you can open it and you can view those. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
this is
So the
the,
package cannot be imported. Is it package has to be created manually?
yeah, we can create import packages. Once again, let me show you. So there is, as soon as you click on the package, any of the package, there is an option called export. One second. See, this was not correctly created. Anyway, we are not concerned about that. One second. So there is an option called export package. Okay. I don't want to export the package as of now. Okay, just in this one, the P0289, I don't want to import a package because that is visible to the client. But anyway, let me show you.
Yeah, yeah. So the
It will give
package,
that.
whatever the interface under the package, everything will go, or only the package will be created.
No, 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 everything, each and everything for that. Even if your value mapping, if your data services, everything in that package will be moved from one system to another system. Okay. So it's a simple way of moving this, but just do remember,
Okay.
don't
Yeah.
overwrite. Don't overwrite. Okay. In the only web UI, you have an option of version management. In Eclipse, you don't. Okay. In Eclipse, if I save the uh, newer interface, if I have changed that interface and I have saved it and I have deployed it or made changes, then there is no version management. In in your web UI, you have the version management. Okay, kind of version management as in you can view when the last changes were done and before that what were the changes. Okay, so in the only web UI, so be means cautious while moving the changes. Okay, because if you want to view the versions of this, click on the version one. This is the initial version, only one, and save. Hello.
Yes, enough.
I'm audible, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So click on the version history and you can view the different versions which were saved for that iFlow. Okay. And this is only available in your Eclipse UI, not your in your. It is only available in your web UI, not Eclipse UI. Okay, so this is one place where your web UI shines away. Okay, this is not possible in your Eclipse UI. But to avail this or to start this, you have to add one add-on in your Eclipse UI. That add-on, again, I will be, as of now, I don't have that name add-on for the Eclipse UI, how to add. If you want to do the version management in Eclipse also, you can do that, but you have to have one Eclipse add-on. As soon as you import that, you can do the version management same as this in your Eclipse also. But if not, be cautious while moving the changes from one system to another system. It might override, it might remove the initial changes you have done. Okay, so think before doing that. Okay, so this is how we do the migration or movement of data from one uh, tenant to another tenant, one environment to another environment, one Eclipse to another Eclipse. Okay, so we know how all these three happens. Okay, now let me go to, one second. I had to show you one thing. Anything apart from that, this document is complete. Just a second. So yeah, I forgot to tell you that data store, you can view this data store, whatever the monitoring we did about the data store here, showed, these are the data store where you can save your message persistence variables and everything in the database of your HCI. That is again, that can be again done in this monitoring part also. You have the data store and you have the 5 stores. Let's see if we have our one. Yeah, order number one which we created. Okay, it's overdue. Let's try to delete this. So I've selected this and deleted the entry of data store. Okay. So now this store is no longer available for other iFlow to query. Okay. So I'll remove one data store from my Eclipse UI. Okay. From web UI. Uh, this is done. Now let's jump on to the message level security and transport level security.
Okay, Sanath, I have a basic question here. Yeah, I just
Yes,
wanted to
sir.
compare with, I have a basic question here. I just wanted to compare with
Uh-huh.
the stateless and stateful. So for HCI, is that always stateful then from one process to another process?
Yes. Yes, sir. It's always stateful, no stateless.
Okay. So there is no the
Because
BPM concept, everything is not here then.
yes. That is what I was speaking. You cannot create a abstract class or that thing here.
Okay. So everything is a BPM here.
Everything, each and everything is BPM. It is considered, each interface is considered, each artifact is from start is an BPM artifact. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why I started at the my batches from the SOA configuration where we have the stateful and stateless. So I told you that, correct. So that time also I told you that it will be covered up in the next portion. In the stateless, we don't have the cache or the server details of our sender or receiver, but here it is not possible because it is everything is on cloud and you have to register each and every detail of both the system. Okay, that's why it's always stateful.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Now coming to the HCI security, so we know that now your HCI is over cloud. This software is over cloud. So there would be too many confusions in customer mind or the client mind that how is my data secure in terms of when I say secure, in terms of data isolation or in terms of message security or transport security. So everything in HCI is secured data transfer only. Means there is no FTP in HCI. It's always SFTP. The STTP is also the secured STTP only, HTTPS only. Okay. So how do we, what type of data security they have given? The transport level and the message level. So what is transport level? Transport level is when my data is sent from one system to another system. So as a package, what is the security we are applying on that package? And one is called message security. So message security is when we are applying the security whatever security objects to that message, like encryption, decryption, signing verification. So there would be two level of security in your HCI. So transport level security or message level security. Okay. Or in the this one, it's called payload level security, the message level security. Okay, so in payload level security, you have the XML signature, you have the WS security, you have the message digest, you have the encoding and decoding. Okay, and you have the basic transport level security. You have the HTTPS, SFTP, basic authentication, certificate based authentication. Okay, and one more thing is called cloud security. Cloud security is something taken care by your SAP. It's not we who will be doing or performing this task. Cloud level security, package level security, cloud connectors, this all things would be taken care by the SAP itself. We can only configure the transport level security and payload or message level security. Means transport level security also, well, while configuring, it will be asking the basic authentication itself, the system. So again, it would be taken care by SAP itself. So the transport level security would be something like that. You have the SFTP client adapter or IDOC client adapter or OData client adapter. So in this, you have the secure data transfer with SFTP is based on combination of symmetric and asymmetric keys. So again, the SSL keys, whatever the SSL keys which we want to send, or SSH certificates which your server, the sender server or receiver server provides you, and you import that to your system. And HCI will always be a client in this case. HCI can never be a server. Okay, the data is always pushed and pulled by your HCI. It has never been. So it always, HCI always act as a client in your landscape. Okay. Same thing, your IDOC also, where you have the HTTPS SSL based security, where you can transfer the SSL certificates from one system to another system. You take the certificate from the sender system and you import that to your HCI and vice versa also. Okay. And mainly you have X.509 certificate based authentication authorization. Okay. The same goes with your SOAP adapter and all the adapters. When I say SOAP adapter, it would be all the web adapters, your either the OData adapter, Ariba adapter, SuccessFactor adapter, all those things works on your SSL certificates. Okay. So this was about your message transport level security. We have already seen this transport level security while configuring our adapters. Okay. So we have seen the OData adapter. We have seen this in our SOAP adapter, IDOC adapter. Okay, so we have already seen these securities. When I say about the message level security, okay, so what are message level security? Let's uh, explore those things in our iFlow itself. So let's say this is my simple iFlow. Okay, this is my iFlow. Now in the security elements in the right hand side you have a palette called security, a box called security elements. So under this you can add the encryptor. Okay, you can add the decryptor and encryptor at the start of the message. Okay, so let's say I am encrypting this message. Just clicked on this, encrypt this message, and I will say body is 64 encryption. What type of signature is this? Okay, so it is again, it would be based on your client requirement, what kind of encryption they want or decryption they want. This is decryption. Let's say I will be encrypting the same, decrypting the same message. Okay, so again, the what kind of what is the name of this, the encryptor? Sorry.
Hey, Sana, this is a kind of a base 64 encryptor or what?
Yeah, this is base 64 encryptor. Just a second, just a second. Okay. At the time of decryption, you assign the type of signatures which you want to use, and at the time of at the time of decryption, you take the encryption envelope and you define the signature here. Okay, you can also add the alias key. If you are aware of the encryption method, you know that you need to import the receiver alias key here so that it would be directly decrypted by the receiver end. Okay. If not, you can just read on the encryption method in general. There are so many documents in the encryption method of your messages. Okay. So this is about the encryption and decryption. There would be something called encoding and decoding. One second.
Hey, Sana, before moving to that, so what is the difference between content encryptor and this PKCST encryptor?
Which one?
Okay, both are same. The one content encryptor.
Sorry, I didn't got your question.
What is the content encryptor?
Content encryptor, it's the start of encrypting the message, and decryptor is the again bringing back that message
Okay,
to
okay.
the uh, original one.
Okay. The name is the content, but it is PKCS7 encryptor. Okay.
No, no, same. Again, there would be something called the encoding and decoding. So there is a decoder. I will place, no, one second. There would be decoder. It will be always at this here, and you have the encoder. And this is the standard way. There is no key involved or something like that. It is the simplest way of securing your message, the message protocol, message level encoding security. Just define this, that on what basis your encoding has been done. So here you just say base 64 or gzip decompress, any of the standard method which you can assign. Okay, so this will encode the message, and you can decode the same at the receiver end. Okay, so it's the simplest way of securing your messages. Okay,
Okay,
in the
Kanath,
HCI.
one
Yes,
question
sir.
here. So in the decryptor, how will you use the private key to decrypt the message? So where you
So
load the
see,
key?
that key is first of all given by the client or receiver, that
Correct.
you
Who is encrypting? They will give the public key to us. Sorry.
yes.
Yeah. So to encrypt it. But where you load the key here?
Uh, this is something means at the means as of now in HCI we don't have directly option to download those certificates means
Mhm.
for us. But if let's say at the sender end, if there is an let's say ECC system, so we can download those certificate from our ECC. You might be aware of that. So
Correct.
from there you download the key pair. Uh, what is the word? Key pair something.
SSH
So
keeper.
just
Correct. SSH keeper.
yeah, yeah. So that
Encryption.
we download and put here. Okay. So
See, there are two
this
things,
is
Kanath. One is the connectivity, the transport protocol which you are talking, right? So
yes
when
sir.
I am connecting through HTTPS or FTPS secure way, I send the public key to the client, the receiver system. They will load it and they give the partner. The connection usually happen. Okay, that is for the connectivity perspective. But when I am trying to encrypt something, okay, normally when I encrypt with the private key, okay, and I will share the public to the receiver for the decryption. Sorry, vice versa. They will send a public key to me. I will encrypt, use their public key and send it to them. They will use a private key to decrypt it. But my question
Yes.
is, when you are decrypting, so where you load the certificate? When you are encrypting, how will you download the certificate and send it to them?
So once loading is certificate, you know that. Downloading the certificate, it is there are some things called PGP keying here, if
Correct. That
you
is what
know.
I'm asking. Where is that
Oh,
PGP key?
PGP you are asking. So okay. So here, see, here there is an option called deployed artifact. Here there is something called PGP certificates. Okay.
Okay.
So here the secret keying certificates you can
Correct.
means uh, whatever means the word is means uploading or the deploying of the PGP certificate. First of all, you import those certificate here,
Mm-hmm.
wherever you have it. Okay, the standard, uh, and then you can use this in your uh, what we can say at runtime. Okay, same thing which I told you. So here you have to means first of all, just like your user credentials, um, we import the PGP keying certificate, public key certificates, and then it is available for us to use. Okay, and the same thing goes for the receiver systems also. Okay, means you
So
provide
in
this,
this
you go.
case, you can only use the certificate. You cannot generate the key. Correct?
No, we cannot generate it. Yes. That is the thing. You cannot generate it. You
Okay.
can use this from the sender or the receiver.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so the PGP generation is not part of this HCI. So we have to have a key
No.
gen tool somewhere outside that has to be created the key and doing it.
That has to create it, and through that we import this. We import to
Okay,
the.
okay,
Okay.
okay, okay, got it.
Okay. Now this is about my where was I? Encoding, decoding. Okay, so encoding, decoding. It's a simplest way, or no keying or nothing. It is the encryption is done based on the standard way, and it can be decoded without any key or anything. Okay, and directly the decoding would be done. So this was my message transformation, my security. One event I had to show you. One second. There was a event called process call. Have I showed you the process call event to you? Because that is again, uh, have I shown you this means oops
Is
type
sub-process
concept in
call,
this?
is sub-process call event?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
See, this is the one means if let's say I have a very big environment and very big scenario, complex scenario, and I have to divide it in some sub processes. Okay, so how to do that? Bring us process call. Okay, and in process call this sub process event. So in process call, double click on sub process call, uh, assign the one which you have created, and you can one second, you can call it as many times as you require. Okay, and you can loop it also. Okay, so let's say if I want to loop it, or if I want to um, so for how many times should this sub process call, this process call should be doing the looping. So here it is defined that for some XML uh, uh, expressions, so let's say some XYZ or some non-XML expressions. So when some variable of A, B, C equals to 10, means some our header value should be equal to 10 till this process call should be looping for means whatever number of time. Okay, till this variable, this expression is achieved, and this variable would be taken from your content modifier. So don't get confused. It would be taken from your content modifier, the header or the property variable, where you assign this value each time. So let's say here I have some task, and at the end of the task, what I'm doing is, if the value is correct, then the content modifier will keep the, what happened? See, this started behaving weirdly. Yeah. Is it visible to you? See, there is this blank space.
Yeah, it is not a visible, it is coming as a blank only.
I don't know what happened, and it got hanged. Uh,
Hey, you have any document notes about this palette? What is the actual
which one?
functionality of each? No, the palettes which you have. Do you have any kind of a notes or something which will explain you what is process call, what is?
Uh, I don't have it exactly for the all the events.
I
Uh,
see that in the Eclipse itself help for each one.
in
In Ec-
Eclipse,
yeah, in Eclipse if there is a help, if you press F1 there, it will give you what is that.
hey, I didn't explore that. Once again. Whoa, nice thing to learn today, sir. Thanks.
Oh, okay. So I was going through this one only because this is giving good notes about what is that actually.
Hmm. This was about the Only the configuration, it's message accessibility, channel configuration, header transformation, scheduler. Okay, nice. But once again, if I want to get the event task, if I click on event and if I click on food, so it's saying modular. Huh? Second, security
Now
events.
go to event and press that F1, so automatically you'll get about that.
No. It is giving me the general one, all the standard ones it is giving me.
No, it
I
is
thought it will be
tooltip.
explaining.
Anyway, tooltip will come, but even the search also you can type end message or something. Go to search, click on search.
I'm on search.
Okay. Type end event or end message something.
Configure an end message event. Okay.
So this will give you good number, good documentation.
Hmm. This is this is nothing but area. Okay. So let me show you. What it is doing is it is your Eclipse. What it is doing is uh,
Probably
going
it is
for
coming
the
from
SAP stack.
help.sap.com probably.
Yes. Is going to end help.sap.com. Okay, and in this, let's go. But this is for Eclipse anyway. This is for Eclipse specifically, but it is bringing those things directly here. Without internet connection, it won't work.
No, it is coming
I
from your
thought it would.
tenant. Yes, correct. Because it is coming from your tenant. No, but it is coming for me only. But it is not from any. I think it is coming from the web, not from the tenant.
No, no, I'm not saying tenant. I'm saying it's coming from your internet. Means
Yeah, yeah,
via
that is
internet
correct.
will
That
be
is
coming.
correct.
But still, you don't have to go to your web UI. You can directly search here. Great thing. Generally, this screen I am very much familiar because I have opened multiple times on my web, but I didn't know it would be directly coming to my this one Eclipse. It's better because this guider integration guidebook I have went through it multiple times. Just I have gone through this end to end many times. So, anyway, great thing, sir. Thanks, Shankar. Thanks, Shankar.
No problem. No problem.
Okay. So, so this was about our transport level security and message level security. What you can do, just go through this document, whatever the document I will be providing. I have so many documents to share you guys. I guess I have almost 8 documents which I will need to share you finally to you guys. Okay. And then you can go through that, and if in case any help required, just take my mail address. Okay, write it somewhere if you have. It's sanatjanhci@gmail.com. Okay, just write. If you want, you can contact me. Else you have the Bharat ID also. Bharat can also guide you for the same. Okay, means in general it's Bharat who should be who is the right person because I generally don't check those mails that much. So uh, check with Bharat if required some help. Okay, and you can uh, uh, get things cleared. Okay, So any questions till now, sir? Because we are just closing ceremony today. We are in touch for almost month or so. I'm not sure when we started this batch. I think it was on 13th or something like that. But we have completed our batch series. And thanks for your patience. Because it was means I was sometime means internet was getting disconnected. I was not available because my project. But thanks for your patience, sir.
Yes,
Any
I understand.
query as
Thank you
of
so much
now
for
or any suggestions?
Is Sanat, like the camel code where we'll write, you told us that you'll be showing customized the kind of thing.
Sorry?
Camel code for in mapping, if I'm doing some mapping where I can write the camel code or Java code kind of thing.
Uh,
Mapping transformation.
One second. Message transformation. Which one?
No, I'm just asking if I want to write some code for my mapping
Okay, 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 okay,
script.
so okay. Script kind of thing. So script you can write, but there is no option of writing your camel transformation logic. You can rely on either XSLT mapping or your simple graphical mapping. And other transformation, whatever the transformation you want to achieve, you can do it through your scripting. Okay. So
Okay.
directly you cannot use the Camel platform, Camel Cat platform, or whatever the platform on which your HCI has been created. You cannot write the native query or native coding there and import that to your runtime. What you can do is either Groovy scripting, which we have seen. I think this is this Groovy scripting. The Groovy scripting, via this you can achieve your functionality, rather than means if you want to do the counter, if you want to save the value, variable value for let's say login time, logout time. So all those things you can do in your scripting,
Okay.
but not directly on your Camel. On Camel, Apache Camel, the only thing which you can do is write your own adapters. Okay. And that adapter development, it is again, that is very advanced, and it's for uh, not for directly us guys. It means done by either the HCI developers, the native HCI SAP developers, or the partners. Okay. It's not for integration consultants. The creation
Okay.
of your adapters from scratch. Okay, those things are achievable, are done on your native, on your Apache Camel framework. Okay.
Okay. Uh, so if I want to do a end-to-end testing, so whether like workflow I can get so you're told this will be like artifact, so it's kind of BPM, right? So if I'm testing a end-to-end message where I can easily identify where the message got struck kind of thing.
Uh, Message got stuck. So
So if
you
I'm having a end-to-end process where my sender has sent something, it has
uh,
been not processed into, it has been failed between my mapping or something.
okay.
So
So
monitoring purpose, I'm asking about the monitoring kind of thing.
okay, monitoring purpose, we know that there is a payload monitoring available in our HCI. That day I showed, click
Yeah.
anywhere. Okay, so payload monitoring, what you do, click anywhere, click on the trace level, okay, click on the header and body, okay, and in runtime configuration, click on enable debug trace, okay, and as soon as your interface will run, you don't mean at the initial you won't be able to view, but as soon as you do this and you activate and deploy this, what happens is for 24 hours your trace would be available in your this one tenant. So how to view that? Double click on tenant, click on the monitoring. For any message, if you have done this, This is my other tenant. One second. Let me switch to that tenant. So in this, here you have an option called view trace. That day also I showed you that view trace. As soon as you click on that trace, you can check the messages if those where exactly it has failed. Okay, I specifically opened this document. Okay, and this would be, first of all, it should be activated from your client. Okay, on this custom. So this is how you do see your messages. You see the message from the input and from the output. So after each event, your messages would be checked, and you can see if the messages, where exactly the message has failed, what transformation has been done, where, if there is an error, then after that event you will be getting an error. So it is called a debug place in your HCI.
Okay.
So this is how you do, and you get the payload also, header payload, and it will be automatically deleted after 24 hours. This document is with you guys. So let me get all the documents which I need to send you guys. I will collect it at one place. In the meantime, sir, do you have any suggestion for me? Means anything which I should add or something, or was the training very fast, slow, something like that?
Yeah, the training is good, Sanath. My only suggestion or feedback would be we need to go for a deeper dive, because right now the access is one of the area which we need more.
Sorry, you want what?
Sorry?
You want what?
No. The feedback which I want to give you is to get into the next little bit of advanced concept of getting into the each area, like it is mainly. I see this is a kind of a BIT 900 overview kind of a thing. I agree that it is an overview, but I want some portion to be in the advanced concept, and we have to go do a kind of a hands-on. So these two things I see there is a gap, which I know there is a, it's understandable that this is not feasible at all right now because the tenant is not available for everyone to access. So I understand that, but in future if we can provide for other batches, that would be great.
Sure, sir. But the thing is, in the market, there is only me who is even showing the live scenarios.
I know.
Other
I
guys are
understand that. That's what I'm saying. In future, I'm saying because I know the cost of the each tenant and the thing, right? So
yeah. As of now, I will say, on frankly, I am the one who is even showing on the systems. Others are just showing with the documents. Okay, only documents. And I was the first person in the market. I totally agree with your whatever you're saying. But as of now, you can see that even as means at the earlier stages, I was giving the access to everybody with the SAP. Means SAP. I was asking everybody to raise the access from SAP. They were getting the access from SAP within the matter of 5 days. In the matter of training, 5 days they were getting the access, and then I was giving them assignments also at the same time. But they were able to deploy it and test it also. But SAP means they have the whatever they are now playing that way, that once the software is old, they have started giving the trial access for the same thing. As of now, I would say for the IoTs also they will be doing the same thing. As of now, it's available, and it would be not at the end of this December, the trial access of your IoT will also end. So,
So are you taking the course which is happening from yesterday,
which one?
the IoT?
Yeah, I am taking.
Oh, okay.
So it would be a great topic. If you know about IoT, it's a great topic. It's an
Correct.
amazing topic when it comes to your realizing the industries which are getting affected. Means HCI, correct? HCI is also on the ground level. But when I say IoT, it is the changing of ground level, because everything would be, every data would be taken from your devices, and it could be put in your ECC or whatever the ERP system, so that uh, your processing or your condition, whatever the uh, you are taking the decision making, it would be simpler. So there are so many scenarios where your IIT comes into picture. Let me
Yeah,
see if
yeah.
I have one.
Apple has introduced that do not disturb on driving. So that is one of the IoT applications.
Correct. One second. If I have an IoT little HANA Cloud overview. I would say, means I am working on this. I have some complexities, means but when it comes to returning of this return from this IoT, the company would be getting so much in return. Like you can take the decisions as live. Let's say at one particular instance, your one machinery has stopped working at some place, so that machine will automatically send this data to your SAP system, and your SAP system would trigger a manufacturing means an order to the manufacturing that this XYZ the XYZ whatever means, let's say that machinery or that sub part or that part has been has to be replaced. So the manufacturing of that part will be done in your PP. So one small trigger would do wonders in your ECC. Okay, so
Yeah.
It's already
yes,
there,
because
right? So if you take about high-end car, this technology is already used, right? So
so that is again, that is an IoT, no? Means in cars, means earlier it was not called as IoT, it was called as connected devices. But now what SAP has given is, SAP has given a platform for it, okay, to build your own connective applications, okay. So earlier it had to be created by the customer or by the uh, partners, but now what SAP has given is, they have given a platform called IoT platform or the Leonardo platform, which on which you can directly take the devices and your SAP system and you can connect them all.
okay.
Okay, means earlier also it was possible, but now they have given a simpler platform to deploy or configure those things. Okay,
Yep.
if you
Pradeep, if you
have
are interested, there is a open SAP course started from yesterday. You can join that.
yesterday.
Yeah, 7th onwards.
Oh, I don't know. I took that the Open SAP long back, 1 year back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure the latest one, but 1 year back I have taken that batch course. But as of now, don't means if you are not seeing this thing, means in the day-to-day practice, it's not that it's not coming. It was the same case with HCI also. 2.5 years when I started working on HCI. it was majorly called as flop interfacing tool of that time because nobody was using that, but now it's everywhere. So don't
Correct.
think that if you're not seeing route now implemented, you will not learn that. Start learning that, and you will see it will in the future it will be coming because that is the future for SAP itself.
Correct.
Correct. So don't hesitate to learn new things. There, if you can write somewhere, there is one more uh, solution which SAP has given, the SAP Core, K-O-R-E. So write it somewhere. It is a good thing. It is based on the AI, artificial intelligence. It's natural language processing. SAP has recently bought that company, Core, and let me give you a link for that. Okay. Uh, you can create your own bots on that. Means what are the bots? Let's say you are connecting to some if let's say my sender my receiver system wants to create one sales order, so what I can do, I can just do a chatting with the SAP bot and I can create the sales order. I don't need to even log into my SAP system, and everything would be taken care, just like your Google assistants or something like that, na? You have the SAP core. If you have time, read on this also. Okay, means if you know these Google Assistants or your Google Now or your Siri, the same way you have the SAP Core, okay, the chat box, and you view uh, this videos also, which would be very clear for you guys. Okay,
Yeah.
just out of this training, I'm not saying that this is the part of training. Just for the sake of you should be on your toes with the technologies which are coming up front with SAP. SAP is going everywhere. Means they have now stopped working on the innovation of ERP and they have started working rather than the UI part and the uh, user experience part. Okay, because it's the business process and everything, those are existing for more than 25 years and those are almost stable. No new changes are required in the business processes. Okay, so they have already stopped, or they are doing less on that part, on that war front, and they are doing more on the user experience, the connectivity, the cloud connectivity, the mobile connectivity. They are working on those things more. Okay. So rather than going into only the standard or the legacy ERP, work on these other things because those would be coming very fast from SAP as of now. Okay. Anyway, can you can contact me anytime. You have my mail address. Okay, or you can contact Bharat if in case you get stuck or you want some other things. Okay.
Sure, sure, Sanat. Thank you so much for your time. Really
Yep,
appreciate
yep,
it.
yep, yep. Yeah, thanks for your patience, sir.
Thank you, Sanat.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice meeting you guys.
Bye.
Bye.